Okay, let's take a look at how to add authorizations and referrals to patient coverage. We're going to start by going to a patient chart. So we're going to go to the box in the upper right here and search by last name. Let's use Joe Test Patient. From this drop-down menu, we're going to select Claims. First, we're going to go to Coverages, select the relevant coverage. Now, in another video, we showed you how to add eligibility information. That's where you're going to enter whether an authorization is required. This one doesn't have one yet, so let's go ahead and add it. And all we need it for in this case is for these boxes down here. If an authorization is required for claims to this payer, then you're going to want to check these boxes here. And if these boxes are checked, then you are going to need to add that authorization or referral information, otherwise the claim won't be sent. So we're going to click Save. Now we're going to click on this Authorizations and Referrals button. Click Authorizations and Referrals next to the relevant insurance. I'm going to click Add Authorization/Referral up here. So referral and authorization will work pretty much the same, although if it's a referral, you'll want to fill out this tab with any information about the referring doctor, depending on what your payer wants exactly. You can see you've got several options for info to fill out. Then on the Details tab, you can see you've got an option for reference ID if the payer has given you a specific ID for this referral or authorization. If not, you can leave it blank and it will default to a timestamp. Here you can select the authorization type. You can see we have referral, authorization, and exception. We'll cover exception a little more in a minute or two. Then you're going to want to enter a start date, end date. Here you'll want to enter the tracking type. Units is more common, but you may see dollars as well. You can enter the total number of units, any units already used if relevant, or if you're using dollars as your tracking type, you fill out these boxes instead. And down here you have billing codes which you can select that this authorization will be applied to. If the authorization applies to all billing codes, you can just leave this blank. However, if this applies only to a particular billing code or a set of billing codes, you'll want to select those here. If it's limited to certain staff, you can enter them here, search by last name, and click. And when we're done, we can hit Save. Now you can see that we have this authorization for these two codes, 90791, 90792, because those are the only codes required by our payer to have an authorization. However, we want to see this patient for other codes as well, and we have on the patient's eligibility that authorization is required, and in our authorization it says we're only authorized for these two codes. So we need to create an exception so that we can create claims for other codes as well, because otherwise we'll be blocked from doing so. So we're going to click Add again. This time we're going to select Exception. We're going to use the same start and end date as we did for the previous authorization. If we have a limit on units, we'll enter that here. Otherwise, we'll just want to put enough to make sure that we don't use them up. And now here, we're going to put the billing codes that we're going to be seeing the patient for which their insurance does not require an authorization. So let's say we're going to be seeing them for 90834 and for 99215. We'll go ahead and hit Save. And there we go. So now the authorization is in the system for these codes that it needs to be there for. And then we have an exception, so we can also send claims to this same payer for these other codes that we're going to be seeing the patient for. All right, pretty much covers authorizations, exceptions, and referrals. Thanks for watching.